This episode is brought to you by Amazon. Sometimes the most painful part of getting sick is the getting better part. Waiting on hold for an appointment, sitting in crowded waiting rooms, standing in line at the pharmacy, that's painful. Amazon One Medical and Amazon Pharmacy remove those painful parts of getting better with things like 24/7 virtual visits and prescriptions delivered to your door. Thanks to Amazon Pharmacy and Amazon One Medical, healthcare just got less painful.
Today on CityCast Houston, how's that 2025 diet going? Look, I'm guilty of breaking mine. I had ice cream last night, and I know you've already missed a workout as well. It's okay. Hitting a wall with your health and fitness goals is easy in Houston because of the unique challenges we face, like all the hours we're stuck in traffic and those amazing restaurants. So I'm bringing on longtime Houston fitness coach Jack Sultan, aka Jack Swole, to share 5 ways Houstonians can build healthy habits for our wellness journey in 2025. It's Thursday, January 9th. I'm Rahil Ramzanali, and here's what Houston's talking about. Jack, what's up, man? Welcome into the podcast. I'm so excited to chat with you. How are you?
I'm great, man. I just had an amazing workout. Every day. It's just how I live it.
That's what I love about you, man. You're consistent. You're always there. And you're in great shape. You actually compete as a bodybuilder. You are always, with a client, personal training. So health is your life. What is your New Year's resolution when you are so focused on health already?
You know what? I tell this to all my clients is that it doesn't matter what chapter you are on when it comes to this fitness journey. Everybody has to stack small wins. And for me, I got to control the little things. So like when it comes to bodybuilding, everybody looks amazing, right? So it's like the details that separates you from first place to 6th or 7th place, right?
Wow.
So I wanted to dedicate some more time to like posing and like doing stomach vacuums and like little things like that. It's crazy as it sounds, like those little things matter.
Yeah, that's good to hear that even you have a fitness goal and you're still getting those small wins.
That's the beauty about fitness. That's the beauty about this journey is
Mhm.
that you're always learning. You're always striving to get better.
Yeah, let's talk about some healthy habits now that we can pick up here as Houstonians. And we have like our own set of challenges that we face when we're on our own health journeys. And this one is so unique, the first one, and it's our restaurant scene, right? Like we are such a foodie city in H-Town. In fact, we're in the top 10 in the country for how much we spend on eating out. And sometimes those restaurant meals aren't the healthiest. So I want to tap into the nutritional side of your profession and ask you, what advice do you have for healthy eating habits at restaurants for us Houstonians?
So I have a lot of clients that are like business owners or they have to meet up clients. So
Okay.
I have a couple rules that I make sure that we got to set. So number one rule for sure is there's a minimum of 2 glasses of water. You have to drink 2 glasses of water when you're sitting at that table.
Okay. That's a good one. That's easy. I can do that one.
Exactly, right? Like if you're a Coke person, like to cut out the easy calories, cut out the easy Coke, you can go with a Diet Coke or a Coke Zero on top of your 2 glasses, depending on how long the dinner is or the meeting is.
Hmm.
The tip number 2 is always ordering a side of a vegetable. It can be a salad. Most of these places are pretty good about having some type of green.
Mm.
And that's something that we want to tap into. And my tip number 3, and I know this sounds crazy because this goes against everything what our parents told us,
Yeah.
is that you don't have to finish your food.
Okay.
You don't have to finish your food. Enjoy it. Enjoy your meal. Enjoy the ambiance. Houston's ambiance restaurant, it's amazing. Like we both know it's amazing, right?
Yeah.
It's something that you don't have to do. It's been like force fed down our throats since we were little to finish your food, right?
I'm telling you, like, not only that, I tell my kids, I'm like, finish your food. And if they don't finish their food, then here comes the parental challenge of it. I finish their food. It's like even more calories, right?
Exactly. Look, guys, it's okay to throw it away. It's not healthy food. By all means, So enjoy the moment,
Okay.
but once you've tapped into that, okay, I'm feeling a little like weird, or because the food is maybe a little bit oily, or maybe it's a little too salty, it's
Mhm.
okay to put the food down and just enjoy the company.
I love that. That's simple.
Yeah,
That's simple. You don't have to make drastic changes on that one.
no,
Let's talk about at home. This is one that can be challenging for people, right? Because there's so many different diets out there. There's so many different viewpoints on what you should eat, what you shouldn't. Should you calorie count? Are you tracking macros and micros? And are you swapping beef with lean turkey? Like there's just so much out there, right?
yeah, yeah,
On
yeah.
a high level, for somebody that's just getting into it, what's a good healthy habit when it comes to eating at home?
Look, man, I've been transforming clients since 2008. And what people really need is accountability. Look, all the diets out there that you've heard of, cabbage soup, keto, low carb, zero carb, bro, they all work.
Okay.
Every single one of them work. It's just about your lifestyle and how
Mhm.
long can you be consistent with it. If you can consistently instill this into your lifestyle, it works, man. But what I do with my clients, because I'm not a big fan of taking away like carbs or taking away fats, the big tip is like keeping the plate colorful, making sure you have a lot of different colors on your plate,
Mhm.
whether it's fruits or vegetables, and making sure you have two servings of vegetables, one serving of carbs, and two servings of protein.
That's it. It's a good formula. It's easy to
Literally.
follow and you can stick with it. That's the big thing. You got to be able to stick with it.
Yeah. And another big thing is that people go so extreme where like they want to like track their salt. They want to like make sure their food doesn't taste good at all. And that doesn't last. You cannot punish yourself. You have to make your food taste good and you have to be creative.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it has to taste good because you will not stick to it if it feels like torture.
It's so true. Another challenge, I was thinking about this as Houstonians. Anytime I go to another city like New York, Chicago, we were just in Chicago, we ended up walking almost 8 miles a day.
Hmm.
That doesn't happen here in Houston. We're car centric, right? I'm going to drive to the gym. I'm going to drive to my meeting. I'm going to drive everywhere. And with those long commutes and then sitting at work, we don't get those active steps in. We're not as active. That is a very Houston centric thing. What tips do you have for people who are just getting started on their fitness journey and want to combat this anti movement thing that we have going on?
For sure. I always say, I know this sounds crazy, but it does add up. Always park in the last parking spot. We both know how horrible Houston parking scene is and how many dings and like swipes and all kinds of crazy acts will happen to your car. It's healthier and it's safer for your expensive ass ride, right?
Yes. That one little tip right there can help so much.
It can get you from being in a range
Mhm.
of like 4,000 steps into 8,000 just by parking in the back.
That's so
And
cool.
the most optimum range to be in a caloric deficit is to be into that 10,000 to 13,000 steps.
Yeah. That's so good right there. One
Yeah,
tip I'd like to give out when I was driving into work in downtown is you're going to go home at 5 o'clock, right? That's when work gets over. So I would, instead of sitting in traffic for an hour, I would find a gym nearby and I would work out during rush hour. So then you have no excuse. And
perfect.
guess what? You knocked out your workout. You beat traffic. You're going to get home at the same time at 6 o'clock either way.
100%.
Like 6:30, you're home then. Find something nearby.
If you're in traffic, you're like pulling your hair. You're
Yeah,
like so stressed. It takes away years from your life.
I
You might as
know.
well go to the gym. And
Mhm.
when you go to the gym, you literally release hormones to make you feel good.
Yeah,
Like it's literally the exact opposite of sitting in traffic.
it's so true.
Because traffic is so stressful, bro. Like it'll drive you crazy.
Yeah. So you might as well do something else. Now, I've seen some of your workouts and they are really hard, right? But
Sure,
they're very practical. So that's one thing I do appreciate about your workouts. Let's talk about at home. Can you give me a workout for listeners, something easy for them that they could just start incorporating right now? Maybe they're not ready to go to the
for sure.
gym. They just want something to try. What's a good, easy workout?
So the workouts that you could do at home are mostly going to be calisthenics, using your body weight, like
Hmm.
doing push-ups, doing pull-ups, and things of that nature. But when you're like a very green beginner, what you want to do is target your leg muscles, and you want to target them frequently. So I would even train legs maybe 2 or 3 times a week just in the beginning because they are your largest muscles. So when you use your larger muscles, you burn more calories.
Hmm.
And then that's how you can really kickstart your metabolism and muscle growth. Once your legs get stronger, it's crazy, but all your other muscles start to get stronger because
Yeah.
your body produces more testosterone. Even for women, it produces more muscle energy, and it puts it out there because you're using your larger muscles.
What's a good intro workout for us using the tips that you just gave us?
Oh, 100% is the lunge.
Okay.
There's like there's like 10 different types of lunges, and you can do them all, and it works different parts of your legs. You can work your quads, you can work your hamstrings by doing
Yeah.
front lunges, backward lunges, you can do side lunges, you can do curtsy lunges.
And don't think just because there's no weights involved that it's not hard.
Oh,
Like I will do just body weight sometimes and it will
yeah.
wipe my legs, right? You got air squats, you got lunges, you can do ice skaters.
Bulgarian split squats.
Yeah, so many different things.
Bulgarian split squats, that'll teach you, that'll
Mhm.
humble you real quick.
Oh
Even
yeah.
like a big guy like me, because look, I'm gonna be honest. When it comes to weight training and
Mhm.
resistance training, it's not about the weight. It's about your form and how intense you are in that
Yeah,
exercise, you know? So how you can create it to be more intense is you controlling the tempo that you do the exercise. So like maybe you can even do like a countdown, like 1, 2, 3 on the way down, and then a 1, 2, 3 on the way up.
I love that.
And that can move you from beginner into, okay, I'm going to start feeling more comfortable in the gym.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Now, for those people who are ready to get into the gym, maybe try out a class, there's so many different ways to get in shape around Houston. You've got stuff like outdoor Zumba at Discovery Green. You can go
right.
to the tried and true Memorial Park Loop, right? Get a run in over there. What are some of your favorite Houston spots to get a workout in, whether it be a gym or a park?
Honestly, real. Yeah, I know we talked about how Houston and the restaurant scene, but I believe when it comes to fitness and gyms, it rivals that same scene level because you can find an amazing gym, an amazing atmosphere in every single suburb, in every single zip code. You can
Yeah.
find like 15 gyms. Like there's a really good spot. It's like an F45 group class, but super athletic training. I think it's called Kango, and a lot of
Mhm.
my buddies go there and they love it, you know?
Yeah, there's just so many choices.
So many different choices, like when it comes to yoga, Pilates, you can find one in each shopping center.
Yeah, it's so true.
Honestly,
I love the free classes around the city of Houston. Like I mentioned Discovery Green, but so many other parks have free classes as well. I would simply just start by Googling free fitness classes in your area. There's going to be a bunch of results popping up.
for sure.
Life and Death on the Border 1910 to 1920 is now on view at Holocaust Museum Houston from January 24th to May 25th. This groundbreaking exhibition is produced by the Bullock Texas State History Museum in collaboration with Refusing to Forget, and it explores a decade of hardship, conflict, and state-sanctioned violence along the Texas border that threatened to destroy a community. But this decade also led to a cultural renaissance along the border and beyond, and it inspired the Mexican-American civil rights movement. Life and Death on the Border 1910 to 1920 will be on view in Holocaust Museum Houston's Joseph and Edith Mintzberg Gallery, January 24th through May 25th. Admission is always free for ages 18 and under and college students with a valid school ID, and it's also free to everyone Thursdays from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Learn more at hmh.org/lifeanddeath. The Museum of Fine Arts Houston presents Living with the Gods, Arts, Beliefs, and Peoples. To celebrate its centennial, the museum has organized a once-in-a-lifetime exhibition that features extraordinary objects made by artists to communicate with their gods. Living with the Gods represents a vast array of religions and beliefs, with art created across cultures and across thousands of years. The 200 objects demonstrate the astonishing quality that artists have achieved when driven by passion and faith. Living with the Gods is on view from October 27th through January 20th, 2025. Visit mfah.org/livingwiththegods to learn more. That's mfah.org/livingwiththegods. All right, so beyond nutrition and fitness, what other healthy habits can we incorporate into our lives right now?
I think one of the biggest pillars when people want to start into their fitness journey that they forget is recovery. And one of the biggest keys of you getting held back from not reaching your goals is sleep.
That's
It's
it.
like it's 100%. So I do my check-ins every Saturday, and one of my questions when I ask my clients, has your sleeping schedule changed?
Mm.
And just by that, I can tell from your pictures biweekly.
Sleep, that was a game changer for me. I went from sleeping like 7 hours to 8.5 to 9 hours, and I just feel so much better. And I know that's a big resolution for a lot of people. It's like a cheat code, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, that starts the whole recovery process.
Hmm.
If you want to build muscle, if you want to burn fat, if you want to literally start to recover uh, all your organs, like
Yeah.
literally everything starts working once those eyes shut. And I think a really good tip for you to quickly start that process. I know this sounds
Hmm.
like impossible in today's age, but putting your phone 10 feet away from your bed.
Yeah.
Honestly, guys, I know it sounds tedious and it sounds crazy, but once you put that phone away, you're going to crash.
Yeah. There's no temptation. There's
Literally.
no temptation. Hey, I want to ask you, since I have you here, I've been seeing all sorts of fast fixes on social media, from Instagram Reels to TikTok, and they're recommending things like cleansing pills. We've seen people lose weight really fast on those. Then we've got the juice cleanses. Any advice on people that might see those and what they should do with them?
So this, I feel like I can put in the same bag as supplements because a lot of people ask me when they see me in the gym, they're like, yo, what protein are you taking? Or what supplement are you taking? Or what pre-workout are you taking?
Hmm.
We can easily break this down to supplementary to your diet.
Mm,
All these things work, but if you don't have the foundation, like they'll only give you a boost for like 10 or 15%.
yeah.
But you got to have a baseline. That's why supplements are called supplements, supplementary to your diet.
Mm.
You feel me?
What about these like fasts that are out there?
Like cleanses and fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, they work, but how long can you keep it up? Look, bro, if it kickstarts you in changing your life, by all means. Look, there's no one right way of your fitness journey.
Yeah.
If you need a colon cleanse or one of those 14-day cleansers to put you on a path
Hmm.
for a year that it's going to force you to be healthy, by all means, bro, do it.
Hmm.
It's not going to hold you back. It's not going to be bad.
Yeah.
It's honestly going to make you conscious of being more healthy.
That's it. It's crazy. I remember last year, our producer, Carleon Jones, she tried a juice cleanse and it helped her lose weight. Like, she lost 10 pounds in 3 days, but then she felt sick after eating her first meal, right? And it's
Yeah,
almost like, think about the logic in this, that you're
yeah,
replacing all those calories, fats, carbs with juices. So yes, you will lose weight. Like, it's just the math works out that you will lose weight. But then what happens afterwards? Yeah.
yeah. Anything in a caloric deficit, you're 100% going to
Yeah.
lose weight. But what's
Yep.
going to happen is when you remove carbs for too long and then you put them back in,
Hmm.
it's gonna explode. It's gonna get
Yeah.
bigger. You know. So that's why I'm a big fan of not taking anything away, uh, like strictly. You want to have a little bit of everything. And like, I just want to touch on
Yeah.
carbohydrates. The best time to take in your carbohydrates are before your weight training and after weight training. Those are literally the best times. So don't be afraid of carbs. Honestly, you should be afraid of sugars.
Sugars are the killer, man. That's it.
That's going to set you back. Carbs are not the enemy. You need carbs for energy, but sugar is going to like move the scale.
Yeah.
But the monk fruit, the like the natural sweeteners, like stevia, I believe, that's one that's
Yeah.
yeah, those are great.
Yeah, for sure. But also on carbs, like don't go overboard, guys. like,
True,
hey, look, maybe just a bowl of pasta is good. You know, you don't have to eat 4 plates of it. Like, be smart about it as well. Always be smart.
100%.
One last habit I want to ask you about, and this is kind of overlooked, and sometimes people break their resolutions because of this, is that they might bite off more than they can chew, and they're not staying consistent with things. And that kind of, like spirals into, I don't want to do this anymore, right? So, what advice do you have for people to stay consistent in this journey? Because a lot of them are just getting started.
I get this question a lot, and I've actually imposed this question when I take on new clients or when I take on new online clients. I ask them what their purpose is,
Mm,
because people like go crazy about discipline and how you need discipline and it's going to get you through to success, but that's not exactly true. You have to have purpose. You have to have your reason why. And there's no wrong answer here. It can be vain. You just want to be a sexy with your shirt off.
yeah.
That's okay. But what you're going to need to do is find out your real purpose, because that's what's going to drive you to success.
Hmm.
Because what you're doing is, now that you have a fitness goal, your life isn't going to give you a platter and be like, okay, now you have a fitness goal. Let me take some responsibility away.
Mm-mm.
It's not how it works. You're adding more responsibility. You're adding more work. And it's just going to be hard. So if you have that purpose, you're going to be like, okay, I'm worth it.
Yeah. And that was going to be my piece of advice, is like, know what you're training for as well.
100%.
Because if you're training to be athletic and then you see somebody like you and you're like, man, Jack is looking huge, I want to get huge, it might not line up with my athletic goals. So, like, keep those things in mind. It's so important to remind yourself why you're doing this. I love that.
For sure.
All right. One thing about me that I am not like proud of, but I love, is that I love sweets. Okay. I'm not going to make an effort to not eat sweets. All right. Like, it's part of my life. But do you have some advice for me on how I can control my sweet tooth in 2025, especially here in Houston, because we have some of the best desserts?
Right. So, this one is tough. What I would say, if you can, I would plan it like every 6 days or every 7 days,
Mm,
where you won't feel guilty because it's programmed in your routine. Like, hey, Sunday mornings, I'm going to go do this or that. But I've worked hard 6 days out of the week to get this, and I earned it and I deserve it.
yeah. It's fine. Enjoy it.
It's fine. One apple turnover isn't going to set you back.
Yeah.
But what happens is it turns into a meal. Then it turns into half a day. Then you stop drinking water completely. There's
Yeah.
no water. Nobody drinks water on a Sunday. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
So don't let it snowball. And
Yeah.
the biggest thing for me is, if you have it planned or if you don't have it planned, you can't be too hard on yourself. You can literally turn around and drink a cup of water and get back on page. You
Boom.
should not beat yourself up if you have a sweet or two, because this thing is a journey,
Yeah, it's a
you know?
journey. All right, Jack, that was a lot of fun, man. I truly appreciate you joining us, and I will see you at the gym, and can't wait to see everybody on their journeys. Remember, it is a journey. You're not going to see your perfect body in a week, right? It takes time. It does take effort. So stay consistent with it, and we'll see you out there.
Yeah, man. Thank you for inviting me. It was awesome. It was amazing. I had a blast. Hopefully you invite me again.
Yeah, for sure. I'll talk to you, man. Thank you.
All right, bro.
That was Jack Sultan. You can follow him on Instagram with the link in our show notes. I know I definitely learned a lot from this conversation, and if you did as well, then share this episode with 3 of your friends who are always looking to get healthier at the start of the year, and keep them on track as well. Now, if you're new here, thanks for listening, and be sure to hit subscribe so we can bring you news, tips, and moments of joy all year round. You don't want to miss it. And please go ahead and let us know what you like about the show by giving us a rating and review wherever you listen. Thanks. That will do it for today. I'm Rahil Ramzanali. Thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something new.
This is like that Forrest Gump, that one scene where he talks about shrimp.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking
Overcooked.
about?
Yep.
He goes on and on.
Yep. You can make it Alfredo, fried shrimp.
Exactly.